Hi everyone, it's Alexandria. This is my presentation, I Love My Body, Normative Power Music. In this presentation, I want to talk about self-image and also body image in relation to music and how we perceive that and how artists present that. As we all know, a lot of us tie our personality and our self-image to the music we listen to. Of course, there's good reason behind this. I don't think this is a fault of the system. But I think we often forget that we also tie our body image to it in ways that we don't even realize. In this presentation, I want to talk about that. I also want to talk about how the artists I picked are primarily women, and while there are male examples of this, they are far less common than the examples from women. And I think we can take that as a good thing that women feel comfortable expressing this, but we can also question the opposite. For this presentation, I have picked I Love My Body by Hwasa, Hip by Mamamoo, I'm a Ruin by Marina, Opposite by Sabrina Carpenter, and Just a Girl by No Doubt. I picked these because I felt that they were a mix of the good and bads of normative power. I Love My Body by Hwasa is her most recent release underneath of a new label, and this song presents a very strong message. She has often not been regarded as the ideal body type in the K-pop industry, unfortunately, and much of her music has messages about that, and much of her attitude has messages about that. But I particularly love this song because it's a lighthearted take on it that just says only things to be loved, and all of her rebukes are amazing. For example, whether I lost weight or not, what's it to you? It's no longer good to see you. I think this is a great image of what it could look like to treat yourself with respect and to stand up for yourself. My favorite line in this song is, I really don't care if you love me or not. This is in, I believe, the last verse. And I just think this speaks so well about how we could all be perceiving ourselves and how she has decided to present herself as an artist. In my mind, this is positive version of normative power. Moving on, we're going to take a look at the girl group Mamamoo, which, as you can probably guess, Hwasa is also a member of Mamamoo. This song that we're going to look at is Hip. This was a big turning point for them. They had experienced a fashion controversy where I believe one of the members had a bra strap visible, and of course their critics came for that. And so this song was a message back to the people that came after them. As you can tell, they're talking about the fashion. They're also talking about click me, as if you're possessed, which I assume references clicking on their profiles and on their videos in order to continue to feed back into the obsession, even if it's not for good reason. The video features the four girls in different jobs and different roles, and this is just a very strong anthem of power, of womanhood, and of being confident in your own being. Verses 4 and 5 are both rap verses. The respective pictures are the respective people that do the part. And as you can tell in this, it's all about uplifting and all about celebrating your accomplishments, as opposed to believing what other people have to say about you. I love this. I love this song so much. This was a big turning point for me personally, and I think that this has been a great presentation for women and girls all around the world to learn to love themselves. For a change of pace, I wanted to look at I'm a Ruin by Marina. This song, to me, is the idea of an actually dangerous sense of self-perception. This idea that you're not good enough, but you're also sticking around, but also you know that you're a danger to your partner if you do stick around. The line, I could treat you better, but I'm not that smart, always sticks out to me because she perceives herself as this danger to this man who she loves. And you can tell that she loves him throughout the song deeply. And so I'm always intrigued by this power balance of she knows better, and yet she doesn't because she knows what she also wants. But it's this perception of like she can't fix that. This is more of a self-image than a body image in this song, but I think it's worth pointing out that there is a negative version. Next up is what I would now deem as a classic, although many might not yet, but Just a Girl by No Doubt is the power anthem. The power anthem for girls and women who are struggling with the places that society has put them. As you can see from the lyrics here, typical prototype, she's just a girl. She's nothing more than a girl. That is her place, and that's how she's perceived in society. I love this song because it makes me feel this sort of rage in a way that is really empowering. So I think this is kind of an in-between example. It's a mix of the negatives of how her reality is, but also this power of reclaiming that and speaking it out into the world. For my last selection, I have Opposite by Sabrina Carpenter. This is another example of a sort of negative power in this one. It's about coming to terms with the fact that the guy that she was with has moved on with someone completely different. I particularly like the line, "If you wanted brown eyes, I could have got contacts." I think it's snarky. I think it also says a lot about her body image, as you can imagine from that phrase. If you think about it, she was willing to change everything for him. And that's just an example of how unhealthy our own perceptions of ourselves can even be. I think this is important to point out, and I'm glad that she's singing about it, and I'm glad that she shared those thoughts the way that she did. It's a very snarky difference from our other songs. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed digging into these different perceptions of the self and the body.